We welcome you to Lemoy Field, and we are underway in today's Tuesday afternoon doubleheader between Post and Southern New Hampshire. Glad you could make me a part of your Tuesday afternoon on the CACC Network. I'm Matt Scalzo. First pitch coming at 12:54 local time. Popped up behind home plate, and catch was not made by the catcher, Brianna Hines. On the mound today for Post in Game 1 is Caitlin Lipsky. Lipsky got the start in Game 1 against Southern Connecticut State back on March 6th on Thursday. Misses low. That comes in high. This is slapped up towards second base off the glove of Angelica Tompkins. And reaching on first is Jordan Resitar. And so Resitar reaches on a single. Peyton Feldman, the center fielder, comes up to bat now. First pitch to her is low for ball one. Called strike on the outside on the 1-0 to Feldman. Feldman, a 135 hitter on the season, has 1 RBI. 5 for 37 total. The Penmen come in at 7-5 overall. As Feldman lifts this out to center. Isabella Oliver is there, and she makes the catch for out number 1. We'll meet the defensive players here for Post. Isabella Oliver, who just made the catch, camps out in center. She's flanked in left by Alyssa Calabrese and in right by Alexandra Biseglia. As Mackenzie Bruggeman comes into bat. First pitch from Lipsky is high. From first to third around the infield, it's Bailey Dickinson, Angelica Tompkins, Brooke Dickinson, and Nyla Sapia, with Brianna Hines behind the plate. That is outside for ball 2 to Bergman. Lipsky on the mound. Bergman batting .349 this season, has 5 RBIs. So he slaps this foul and out of play down the left, their first base side. A 2-1 count to Bergman. Lipsky deals, and it is outside for ball 3. Resitar still over at first on a leadoff single. 3-1, high, and Bergman will head down to first on a 5-pitch walk. Brings up Casey DeMora, the third baseman for Southern New Hampshire. Looking at the rest of the lineup, Charlotte Donovan's at second. She stands on deck. Abby Lineman bats 6th and is catching. This one pushed down the first base side and foul on top of the batting cage. Grace Jenkins bats 7th. Mick Alto is in left, batting 8th. That is low for ball 1. Makes it a 1-1 count. Alyssa Abbott bats 9th, playing in right, and then The pitcher is Amelia Freitas. Bounced on the ground towards short, picked up and fired onto first for out number 2 by Brooke Dickinson. And there's 2 away in the top of the first. Both runners advance. Resitar at third and Bergman over at second. Brings up Charlotte Donovan, the second baseman. This is pushed down the right field line, and it is fair. Into score comes one. Bergman around third. She'll score standing up, and Southern New Hampshire strikes first on a 2-run single from Charlotte Donovan. For Donovan, those are her 8th and 9th RBIs of the season. Foul tip by Abby Lineman. So the Penmen striking first on the 2-run single from Donovan. Lineman takes that pitch low, makes it 2-1. Clipped back into the cage behind home plate. Makes it 1-2. Donovan at first. This is pushed out towards left field. It is deep, and it is gone. Or towards right field, rather, and it's a 2-run home run from Abby Lineman. And it's 4-0 Southern New Hampshire in the first. The second round tripper of the year for Lineman. RBIs number 11 and 12 for Lineman this season. Makes it 4-0, and up comes Grace Jenkins, the shortstop, leading the team in terms of average, who takes a called strike 1. 364 is Jenkins this season, 12 for 33 at the dish. Coming into today, she was tied with Peyton Feldman in terms of runs scored with 10. And Feldman's already come across, or she flew out to center, so they're still tied, as that is low. Count moves to 1-2. 1-2 is inside to Jenkins, and it's 2-2. Lipsky looking to get out of this inning. 2-2 with 2 away. A right-hander kicks and deals, and it is low. Full count with 2 outs. Nobody on the bases after the 2-run home run from Abby Lineman. Payoff pitch on the ground, diving stop made by Dickinson, but she will have no throw on the first. Brings up Mick Alto now, the left fielder. .296 hitter this season with 4 RBIs. First pitch is fouled down the third base side. Alto leading the team in on-base percentage at .525 to start the year. The 0-1 is outside for ball one. One is fouled off. And again, Lipsky gets another Penman hitter to 2 strikes. Three straight hitters have gotten to 2 strikes. They've both reached on hits. Outside for ball 2. Of course, the home run from Lineman, and then the single just recently from Jenkins. Alto into left, dropping quickly, and it is down for a fair ball, dropping in front of Calabrese. And some more 2-strike hitting from the Penman. Puts runners on first and second after the single from Alto. She continues to get on base as that brings up Alyssa Abbott, the 9-hitter. First pitch is low to Abbott for ball 1. That's outside, 2-0 now to Abbott. A .222 hitter, has 9 RBIs this season through 12 games. This is on the ground to Dickinson at short. She picks it up, fires on to first, and it is in time for out number 3. As that will end the top of the first. 4 runs for the Penmen, highlighted by the 2-run home run from Abby Lineman. Post will bring up the bats in the bottom of the first when we come back. Welcome back to Lemoy Field. Bottom of the first upcoming here for Post against Southern New Hampshire in game 1 of today's doubleheader on this Tuesday afternoon. 57 and sunny today up at Lemoy Field. And first pitch is cut on and missed by Brooke Dickinson. The shortstop, you saw the lineup pop up in between innings for the Eagles. On the mound, Amelia Freitas for Southern New Hampshire. And she's quickly ahead, 0-2. Against Dickinson, who's batting .167 on the year. 1 for 6. And she goes down on 3 pitches. Strike 3 called looking against Dickinson, and there's 1 gone in the bottom of the first. First strikeout of the afternoon for Freitas.
Probably not.
Freitas makes her 7th start of the season, 8th appearance. Gets a first pitch called strike against Caitlin Lipsky, the pitcher for Post. Freitas 2-3 on the year. Lipsky pokes this down the first base line, and it is foul. 2-3 with a 4.08 ERA for Freitas this season. Leads the team with 34 innings pitched coming into today. And the 0-2 swung on and missed by Lipsky. Back-to-back strikeouts for Freitas to start this bottom of the first. Gets her up to 31 strikeouts on the season for Freitas. Wind is gusting straight into the face of us out in right center field. That first pitch misses outside to Nyla Sapia, third baseman for Post. This is popped up right on the infield towards second base and onto the circle. Making the catch is Grace Jenkins, the shortstop, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Freitas in the bottom of the first. We head to the second, 4-0 Southern New Hampshire. Welcome back to Lemoy Field. Top of the second inning, it's 4-0 Southern New Hampshire through one, and it's back to the top of the order for the Penmen. Jordan Resitar leads off, and she began the game with a leadoff single. Takes the first pitch ball down low. One is outside for ball two. Resitar singled, came in to score on the two-run single from Charlotte Donovan that opened the scoring for the Penmen. A chopper out of reach for Lipsky. Tompkins has it at second, fires on to first, and there is one gone. And now brings up Peyton Feldman, who flew out to Isabella Oliver in center field. First pitch to Feldman. This is high for ball one. One-0 from Lipsky is low for ball two. Feldman has struggled at the dish this season. 135 coming into today, and she gets her sixth hit of the season on a seeing eye single through the 5-6 hole. And it's a one-out base knock for Feldman. Puts another runner on for Southern New Hampshire. That brings up Mackenzie Bergeman. Worked a walk her last time up. First pitch swinging down the third base side. It's a foul ball. The 0-1. Outside, and it's 1-1. Never mind, called strike. 0-2. Bergman to second. Flip to short second for one. On to first, and it's in time for a 4-6-3 double play that ends the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Lipsky and the Eagles in the top of the second. We're on to the bottom half. 4-0 Southern New Hampshire. Back at Lemoy Field, bottom of the second inning, 4-0 Southern New Hampshire. A 1-2-3 inning for Caitlin Lipsky, although unorthodox with the double play to end the inning. To the bottom of the second we go, and it's into the outfield, but it's thrown out by Alyssa Abbott. Bailey Dickinson had a seeing eye single, but with it in shallow right, Abbott was able to come up firing, and it's a rare 9-3 putout. Brings up Kelsey Richardson. Looking at the defensive alignment for Southern New Hampshire, Peyton Feldman is out in straightaway center. Abbott's in right, and Mick Alto completes the outfield in left. That pitch is low to Richardson. Makes it 2-0. At first is Mackenzie Bergeman. Charlotte Donovan holds second base. Grace Jenkins is the shortstop. And the 2-0 rocketed foul down the first base side. And Casey DeMora controls third base with Abby Lineman completing the battery with Freitas. And those are your penmen to start game one defensively. The 1-2. Cut on and missed, and it's 2-2 to Richardson. Already 2 strikeouts for Freitas in that first inning. The 2-2. Fouled straight back. Alyssa Calabrese stands on deck, the left fielder for post. 2-2 to Richardson. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Freitas, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the second. And that brings up Calabrese, who batted .500 through the doubleheader against Southern Connecticut State. Eagles were no hit in game 1, but 2 hits for Calabrese in game 2, including a double, and picked up 2 RBIs as well in that contest. A 23-7 loss in game 2. The 1-0 from Freitas. This is lifted out towards center field. Moving in is Feldman, and she will make the catch for out number 3. It's been 6 up and 6 down for Freitas through 2 innings. Top of the 3rd on its way on the CACC network. Back at Lemoy Field, top of the 3rd inning, Casey DeMora leads off for Southern New Hampshire. Lipsky still on the mound. Deals in a first pitch strike. Lipsky threw 43 pitches across the first 2 innings. That is low for ball 1. DeMora grounded out to Dickinson at short. And then ensued a 2-out rally by the Penmen to put up 4 runs in the top of the 1st inning. Called strike on the outside corner. Makes it 1-2.
So as long as it was just a single, who's up next? Donovan? Yeah, just put in 1 for 1, R.
The 1-2 chopped towards Dickinson at short. She comes up firing, and the backhanded play is made by her sister Bailey for out number 1. A pair of 6-3 putouts for DeMora drops her to 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Charlotte Donovan comes up. She kick-started the scoring for Southern New Hampshire with a 2-run single, bringing in Resitar and Bergman. First pitch is a strike to Donovan.
Down infield hits, go from 2, and then when the fielder picks it up, as long as she feels it cleanly, hit 3. And I think he's going to track it on infield. Ground balls.
Called strike. Right at the bottom of the zone, and it's quickly 0-2 against Donovan. Lipsky has settled in after that tough first inning. The 0-2. This is pulled down the left field line, and it will be foul. Donovan, a two-way player for Southern New Hampshire. Also has pitched in 6 games this year, including both on the last doubleheader for Southern New Hampshire. She fouls off the 0-2. Last time out, a split against Westchester on Saturday, March 8th. Completed their Florida trip. And Donovan goes down by way of the K. First strikeout of the afternoon for Lipsky, and there's 2 gone in the top of the 3rd. That brings up Abby Lineman, who belted a 2-run home run to right center field. Made it a 4-0 Southern New Hampshire lead. That is tipped foul down the right field line. Time is called by Lineman behind the dish. Lipsky looking for 2 consecutive 1-2-3 innings. Faced 9 batters in the first inning. That is low for ball one. The 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1 now to lineman. Chopper towards Dickinson at short. Fires on to first. It is low. Picked by Bailey Dickinson. And that concludes another 1-2-3 inning for Lipsky. We head on to the bottom of the third where the Eagles look to get their offense going, trailing 4-0 on the CACC network. Welcome back to Lemoyne Field, bottom of the third inning. Still 4-0 Southern New Hampshire as Angelica Tompkins leads off in the bottom of the third, takes a called strike one. Eagles still looking for their first hit as Tompkins falls behind 0-2. Amelia Freitas for Southern New Hampshire, 3 strikeouts through 2 innings. Quickly ahead 0-2. 0-2 popped up into foul territory and out of play down the right field line. Tompkins 0 for 4 through the first 2 games this season. The 0-2. Changeup, called strike 3. Strikeout number 4. Second by the looking variety, and there's one gone in the bottom of the third. Freitas just froze Tompkins, and that brings up Isabella Oliver. First pitch called strike to Oliver. A 2-sport athlete at post, was on the women's volleyball team. Won the CACC North Division this past fall. Oliver drills this, and it's over the head of the right fielder Abbott. Oliver on her way to second. Now she's digging for third. Throw is offline, and it's a 1-out triple for Isabella Oliver. And it's the first hit of the afternoon for post. And already a runner in scoring position as Oliver gets her first collegiate hit. Was 0 for 3 through the first 2 games. Now looks to put post on the board, standing just 60 feet away. First pitch is outside to Alexandra Biseglia. Biseglia cuts and misses, and it's 1-1. Second triple of the year for post. The other one came from Caitlin Lipsky. As Biseglia lifts that foul. The 1-2 from Freitas. Low for ball number 2. Count is evened with one gone. Oliver at third after the triple. And the 2-2. Slow roller towards second. A nice play by Charlotte Donovan. Looks Oliver back to third and then fires out Biseglia for out number 2. And that's back to the top of the order with Brooke Dickinson. Dickinson 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking in the bottom of the first. He cuts and misses on the first pitch from Freitas. 0-1, foul down the right field line. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5 for Freitas. And Oliver will be stranded at third as Post gets its first hit with the triple from Oliver, but they can't bring her home. It's 4-0 Southern New Hampshire as we head to the fourth on the CACC Network. Welcome back to Lemoy Field. Top of the fourth inning, Grace Jenkins leads off for Southern New Hampshire and takes a first pitch ball low from Caitlin Lipsky, who has worked back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for Post. And evens the count at 1-1 to Jenkins, who is 1 for 1 today with a single back in the first. One is in there and makes the count 1-2. Lipsky rocks and deals, and a 1, 2, 3 pit at bat. 3 pit, nope, not even 3 pitches. I don't even know what I'm saying. Strikeout number 2 for Lipsky, and there's one gone in the top of the fourth. Brings up Mick Alto, who also singled back in the first. Fouls this one down the third base side. And is in there to Alto right at the knees, and it's quickly 0-2. The 0-2 is low, makes it 1-2 to Alto. Alto on the ground. Dickinson Fields fires to first in time for out number 2. Lipsky has now retired 6 consecutive batters. Feldman, the last one to reach in the second on a single, but then she was out on a double play ground ball from Mackenzie Bergeman. And now it's to the 9-hitter and Alyssa Abbott. First pitch called strike from Lipsky. It is low for ball number 1. Abbott 0 for 1, grounded out to Dickinson at short. And the bottom of the first, where all 9 hitters got up for Southern New Hampshire. Put 4 runs across. Lipsky finds the zone for strike 2. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Drop third. Tagged out is Abbott. And that's strikeout number 3 for Caitlin Lipsky. Another 1-2-3 inning. And we head on to the bottom of the 4th. Still 4-0 Southern New Hampshire over Post on the CACC network. Welcome back to Lemoore Field. Bottom of the 4th inning. Still 4-0 Southern New Hampshire over Post. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Eagles in the bottom of the 4th, beginning with Caitlin Lipsky. The pitcher for the Eagles working against Amelia Freitas. The first pitch fielded by Freitas, and then she fires out Lipsky for out number 1. Post just with 1 hit and a triple from Isabella Oliver. In the bottom of the 3rd, she was left stranded there with 1 out. First pitch, a called strike to Nyla Sapia. Freitas with 5 strikeouts through 3 innings and some change now in the bottom of the 4th. Sapia, high fly ball out to center field. Camped out and making the catch is Feldman for out number 2. Bailey Dickinson, the first baseman, now comes up for Post. Put a ball in play her last time up. The charging Alyssa Abbott, and Wright was able to throw her out at first base. That pitch misses for ball 1. Dickinson. They blooper towards right. Abbott charges, and she makes the catch for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Amelia Freitas. We're through 4. It's 4-0 Southern New Hampshire. Penman coming up to bat after this on the CACC network. Top of the fifth inning from Lemoy Field. 4-0 Southern New Hampshire. They played it all 4 runs in the top of the first. Since then, it's been goose eggs by Caitlin Lipsky, who is back to the top of the order facing Jordan Resitar. It's been 3 consecutive 1-2-3 innings for Lipsky. She did give up a base hit to Peyton Feldman in the second, but she was out on a 4-6-3 double play. And so 7 straight batters have been retired by Lipsky. Resitar drives one out towards right center field, and making a catch moving to her left is Isabella Oliver for out number 1. Here is Peyton Feldman, the last penman to get a hit. First pitch is a ball to Feldman. She's 1 for 2 today. Fly out in the first, and now she is 2 for 3 with a frozen rope into left. Back-to-back base hits for Feldman. And first batter to reach in 9 batters for Southern New Hampshire against Lipsky. Brings up Mackenzie Bergeman. An eerily similar feeling to what was going on in the top of the second. Feldman reached on a base hit with 1 out, and Bergman came up and delivered a picture-perfect double play ground ball. This time, Bergman lifts it out into shallow right center field for a base hit, and there's 2 on with 1 out for Southern New Hampshire. Just got enough of that to lift it over the head of Angelica Tompkins. Puts Feldman at second, Bergman at first, and there will be a pinch runner for Mackenzie Bergman. It brings Kennedy Craig to be the pinch runner over at first. First pitch is fouled off by Casey DeMora. The 0-1. Fouled off. Oh, 2 now against DeMora. And is low for ball 1. The 1-2 to DeMora. Pulled into left field, and it is down for a base hit. Dropped out and left by Calabrese, and both runners will advance another 60 feet. And coming in to score is Peyton Feldman to make it 5-0 Southern New Hampshire in the 5th. So a single for DeMora. She advances over to second on the error by Calabrese. First pitch is a strike to Charlotte Donovan. And And then Craig also advances on the E7 over to third. The 1-1 to Donovan popped up. First base side, it'll land on top of the post dugout. Makes it 1-2. Donovan has already delivered a 2-run single back in the first that opened the scoring for Southern New Hampshire. He's got another pair of runners in scoring position in Craig and DeMora. Turns on this one out towards left field and pulls it foul and out of play. Another 1-2 from Lipsky is outside. Evens the count to 2-2. Abby Lineman awaits on deck if it gets to her. There's a wild pitch, but holding over at third is Craig. Didn't get very far away from the catcher, Brianna Hines. Another foul ball into the bleachers in left. Keeps it at a full count. Eighth pitch of the at-bat upcoming to Donovan. Another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Lipsky gets Donovan on the off-speed for strikeout number 4 and out number 2. In the top of the fifth. Abby Lineman now up to bat. Had the home run back in the first. First pitch is a called strike. The 0-1, the lineman. In for another strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Lipsky looking to escape top of the fifth just with just the 1 run allowed. That is a ball missing outside. The 1-2 jammed inside, and lineman fights it off. Keeps the count where it is. 1 for 2 with the home run, and then a 6-3 ground out in the third. Lineman waits on that pitch, missing outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, and 2 runners on for the catcher and lineman. Craig at third, DeMora at second. Lineman pokes it the other way, but out of play down the right field line. Two. It is into right field for a base hit. Craig will score. DeMora around third. She comes in to score as well. It's another 2 RBIs for Abby Lineman. This time a 2-run single, and it is 7-0 Southern New Hampshire. brings up Grace Jenkins, who takes ball 1 downstairs. Jenkins 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. Misses on the 1-0. And that's 1-1. One is out of reach for a diving Tompkins. Lineman around second, Motors on to third. It's another base hit for Grace Jenkins and puts runners on the corners with 2 away for Southern New Hampshire. All runs that have scored besides the 1 single from Demora have come with 2 outs against Lipsky. As there is a visit at the pitching circle. Looks like Post is going to ride it out with Lipsky. They depart, and Lipsky gets set back on the mound against Mick Alto. A left fielder who was 1 for 2 for Southern New Hampshire and caught in a rundown. Well, then coming home to score is Lineman as Tompkins picked it up and then fired it home, allowing Jenkins to advance over to second, and Lineman came in to score as the throw from Tompkins was late. Makes it 8-0. So a stolen base for Jenkins and Lineman advancing home on the throw. Pitch to Alto. And popper that goes foul into the Southern New Hampshire bullpen. Alto has worked it to a full count with 2 away. Fights off another foul ball. With Jenkins over at second in the scoring position. Another payoff pitch, Alto out to left, and the catch is made by Calabrese, and that will end the inning. Another 4 runs come across to score in the top of the 5th inning. 8-0 Southern New Hampshire as we head to the bottom of the 5th on the CACC Network. Back to Lemoyne Field, bottom of the 5th inning. 8-0 Southern New Hampshire in front. As they plated another 4 runs in the top of the 5th. Abby Lineman with another 2 RBIs brings her total up to 4 ribbies on the day. As Kelsey Richardson leads off in the bottom of the 5th. Fouls off the first pitch. Just the 1 hit from post this afternoon, the triple from Isabel Oliver. Amelia Freitas still on the mound. And gets Richardson out in front on the changeup, makes it 0-2. 5 strikeouts for Freitas today. Comes home on the 0-2. And Richardson fights it off with a foul ball. Another 0-2 delivery. Richardson out towards left. Abbott ranges back, and she makes the catch for out number 1. Alyssa Calabrese now comes up to bat. She's 0 for 1 thus far. Flew out to center her last time up in the 2nd. First pitch is in for a strike at the knees. There is a pitcher getting loose in the bullpen for Southern New Hampshire. This one is cranked out towards left field, right center rather. Abbott picks it up off the hop, off the fence. And Calabrese delivers a 1-out double. And the bottom of the 5th. Both hits for Post have come with 1 away. A triple from Oliver, and now the double from Alyssa Calabrese. Her 2nd extra base hit of the year. Second double, rather. Brings up Angelica Tompkins. Comes up empty on the first pitch, and it's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Tompkins out in front of it. The 0-2 is outside from Freitas, and it's 1-2 now. Tompkins 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking back in the 3rd. And she goes down swinging this time. Strikeout number 6 for Freitas, and the 2nd out in the bottom half of the 5th inning. First pitch to Isabella Oliver. Low for ball 1. Oliver, the triple back in the 3rd, was the first hit of the afternoon for Post. Oliver lifts that one foul down the right field line and out of play. Count sits at 1-1 with Oliver 1 for 1 on the afternoon. Oliver cuts and misses, and it's 1-2. Freitas looking for her 7th strikeout, and Strand Calabrese at second. The 1-2 home. Oliver chopper towards short. Fielded by Jenkins. Fires on to first, and it's in time for out number 3. That ends the inning with Calabrese stranded at second. 8-0 Southern New Hampshire as we head into the 6th on the CACC Network. Never mind, that is the end of the game. 8-0. The win for Southern New Hampshire through 5 innings. Game 2 coming up in a little while here from Lemoy Field. Abby Lineman need 4 RBIs, the difference with that 2-run home run and the 2-run single in the 5th. Southern New Hampshire gets the win, 8-0. Freitas the win as well. 5 shutout innings. Game 2 coming up in a little while on the CACC Network.